tell me one thing you're cheap on that's actually saving you money. I'll start because Eric on TikTok isn't giving you the right info. But first, let me tell you what he is getting right though. He's talking about cheap dentists and how he has two teeth in front of his mouth that is they're super messed up, and because he went to a really cheap dentist that was offering a really nice limited edition promo, and I think that is exactly why I don't go to these. So that is for sure. Make sure that whatever place you're going to, I know it sucks, but it has to cost them around 500 and above, because that's just the minimum. If it's to even just start, to be honest with you, because the moment you get in there, unless you have an attorney or a lawyer who's going to go through every single thing and tell you this is what they can or cannot do, then I would not suggest it, to be honest with you guys. On top of that, I think dentists like to find a lot of things wrong with you. For example, I went to a dentist and I was trying to get one of these teeth fixed, and what they did was they looked inside, told me I had a ton of cavities, and they had to do a bunch of different things in my mouth, and that would add up the price. And even with health insurance, it still came up to way too much for me. And so I think, even though I just want to say no, I don't want any of this, too expensive, I had to find the money to do it. And I would even say, don't even, unless you're really, really in need of a cheap dentist, and you can do whatever you want, right? If you're really, really broke. But if you can, save up the money before going to a cheap dentist and put the money in there. Second thing he says is bad pillows. Because bad pillows affect productivity. And I totally agree with that, because how many times have you slept wrong and you think, oh, now I'm groggy, now I kind of don't like the start of this morning and it's going to affect my day. Yeah. But however you wake up is the same way that you're going to be throughout the day. And that's just something that you cannot be okay with. You need to start with a good pillow and a good bed. And that's what today's sponsor is. There's no sponsor, obviously. Whatever. I was going to make a little joke there, but can't remember that company that everyone's sponsored by, the bed one. And his third one is AC and heater affects your brain and your productivity, which is very true. The weather does affect your focus. I mean, for me, I know when it's too hot, something about it just makes me slow down and not focus enough on, let's say, schoolwork, or if I have something for my job to do after, some extra job work. It can get really, you start doing a lot of mistakes, right? You start messing around. Maybe you have like a video game that you have on the side and you start playing with it. Maybe you have your phone and you start looking at dumb stuff on TikTok like this. And or you hit the PH or OF, and then that's it. You just ruined your whole day. I know that's what happens to me. I'm just here to be honest with you guys. That can really affect your mood. So don't cheap out on that if you can. Or don't even use it. I always recommend going outside and getting the shade somewhere else. Go to a store. Go to the park. Get that energy you need. Because being inside is not going to get you anything, to be real with you guys. Other than that, let's talk about why you came here, what I think is wrong, and how to fix it. So one thing that I noticed in the way he made his video is his examples are all health arguments, and it's not a frugality argument so much. So he didn't really say what you should be budgeting for, or besides these healthcare things. Just like these small things that you need. What is it? Because I don't know where he started from, but a lot of people just don't have money still, period. It just goes places that you don't see coming. And then, or people live check to check sometimes, and it is what it is. There's people who are straight broke, except that TikTok won't do it. And if you stay till the end right now, I'll tell you we should. Coming from someone who's actually figured this thing out. Living life is pretty dang good now. The weather in London, where he lives, is much different than probably wherever you live. London has a lot of different weathers, and everything, even the cost, is different. So it's hard to tell people, hey, budget for this when prices can really spike really fast. I know for me, like I was saying, outside, go outside, find a store, find whatever it is. I'm trying to make this as cheap as possible for anyone to live. And who knows what you're gonna do outside? Maybe you'll find someone, you'll meet someone, you'll talk to someone. Life is huge. So many things you can do. Also, he never tells you what frugality is, in his opinion. Between cheap and frugality, what's the difference? He never really talked about that. Because being cheap is, let's say, it's already set. You already know that for gas, you have to pay X amount of money. And for some reason, they only want to put like 0.5% of the gallon because they don't want to waste that much money on the stupid prices that are happening right now. I get it, times are tough, but that might be one of the things that makes you cheap, to be honest. On the other hand, frugality is not that you can't pay for something, it's that you choose not to do it because it can save you a whole lot more money in the long run. Something that could be frugality is maybe using coupons, or maybe not switching into a new phone every single year because your other phone still works. And what else do you do on the phone, right? Why do you need that many phones? That's for a different topic. And then the next point, the solution is to spend more money, which is useless if you're completely broke. Because how are you supposed to afford an AC or go to the dentist or any of these things without having the money? You could say, like we said before, save it, sure. But eventually, the money's tight. There's not enough to save. And I totally understand that. I get that. And that's one reason why I think that type of video isn't for just anyone, everybody. But here, just so I can do better than that and not just talk. Here are the things I think you can be frugal about. 1, this is how you save money. Subscriptions you don't use, cut it out. If you haven't used them in like 2 months, Netflix, that phone plan that you don't really use that much, you can bring it down, less money. That car insurance, not car insurance, car rental. Do you really need another car if you have too many? If you have 2 of them, come on, sell one off, right? Unless you really need it. The next thing is brand names. Grocery stores have store brands. Use that instead of the cereal that you like, or yeah, it's not as tasty, or they just don't get the peanut butter the same way. Still good. End of the day. If you can splurge for it, splurge for it. If you know you can have it in your budget. Trendy clothes, you probably heard this a million times. Trends die like this. In 6 months, there's another trend. Everything changes the more you do it. More than where you go. And then the next one, eating out regularly. You don't need to have burgers, and then pizza, and then whatever the next thing is. Taco Bell. Use diarrhea anyways right now. So you don't need all that garbage. And you can't afford that much garbage if you want to live a frugal life. So always remember, if in your head you think you can spend it on a fast food place, I would save that money since you already are going to go and do it, and go to a grocery store and buy the ingredients to cook at home. It's much healthier. It's better for you. You'll save money. You'll get more out of it than like a taco from Taco Bell can be like anywhere from literally $1.50 to anywhere to $8 for one taco. Get out of here. And then last point, the upgrades. Phones, cars, phone plans. Anything that they tell you to switch up on, this can get you a better thing. Nah. Don't upgrade the moment it happens. You don't need that new thing. You don't need it. I know there's tons of commercial and advertisement and YouTubers are saying you should purchase this. It gets very, very annoying and bothersome for me specifically. I'm just trying to look out for you guys because I know a lot of you are you're at work a lot and you just can't give a bigger F, to be honest with you. But here at this channel, I'm gonna blow smoke up your ass. I'm here to be real with you. And if you want that type of creator, drop me a like. Tell me what you learned from this video. What do you want to learn when it comes to reality? Any tips? And then we'll talk about it in the comment section.